Tuesday, NXT, September 30th, 2025. The last day of the month. You already know. They kicked the show off with some No Mercy highlights. If you didn't know, NXT just had a big PLE, and this was on Peacock. You didn't have to pay $30 for WrestlePalooza to watch this. Real chill event. A lot of good fights. And that's what they kicked the show off with the highlights, because it was a great PLE. Everybody did a great job. Ricky Saints ended up becoming the champion. JC Jane defended her belt. They had a lot of good matches. Cage match, all that. It was real good. But to kick the actual show off, they had Ricky Saints. He came out. He actually kicked the show off. Ricky Saints. He came out the new NXT champion. What you think about that, man?
It's amazing. He finally dethroned Oba.
Oba has finally lost. He had 11 straight title defenses. But we all know all good things come to an end. And Ricky Saints, man, he was out there, talking that Ricky Saints talk, doing this thing in the ring, in the ring, celebrating. That's a big accomplishment for him to get that NXT title. So he was real proud about that. The crowd was rocking with him. And who came out and kind of interrupted him?
JC Jane.
Young JC Jane, who just retained. She beat Lola Vice at No Mercy with the help of a Max woman, man or woman, we don't even know. But JC Jane came out. She had her title. Ricky Saints had his title, and she was talking her stuff too. She did her thing, but she was pretty much telling Ricky Saints, man, forget all of that. We need to focus on this invasion that's finna happen. Really not an invasion no more. If you don't know, they actually changed it. It's not an invasion no more. It's TNA NXT Showdown now. But in the middle of her talking about that, who came out?
Ava.
Young Ava came out, and she was looking extra good too. Ava, I don't think she was there a couple of weeks ago or something like that. But yeah, Ava back. She came out, and she was talking to Ricky and JC Jane about that she making them the team captains of NXT. So it's up to Ricky Saints and JC Jane to pick their teams to represent NXT, and she gonna let them do it like that. In the middle of her talking about that, who came out?
Santino Marella.
Young Santino Marella. You already know he Ariana Grace's dad. He came out, and he pretty much was like the idea of making the champions the team captains, but he was saying he don't want Trick on the TNA squad. He don't trust that. And he was letting it known again that this is not an invasion. TNA and NXT work real well together. This is just like some friendly competition, just to see which brands is on top at the moment as far as the athletes that they got under their roster and stuff. But after he named the team captains, pretty much he named. We already know NXT team captains: Ricky Saints, and who the women's NXT captain?
JC Jane, your boo thing.
JC Jane. You already know. And who did Mike who did TNA make they team captains? Who's their team captains?
Mike Santana and Kalani Jordan.
Yes, if y'all didn't know, Mike Santana came out, then Kalani Jordan came out, and she just won that Knockout Women's Championship. So they actually are the team captains. So it's finna go down. Make sure y'all tune in next week. It's getting crazy. Things is heating up. But after that, they show Young Lash Legend walking to the ring, getting ready. Then they show Jada Parker walking to the ring, getting ready. They finna get ready to light up the arena and do what they do. This the rematch. They fought about a month ago almost. So it's the rematch. And they finna get into it. And, they went to a commercial. And then after that, they had Leon. They had Javon Evans walking through, and then he bumped into Leon Slater, who is the Division X champion at TNA. X Division champion. Thanks. And they had two young bucks, man, two YNs in the back. Pretty much bigging up each other. Leon Slater, he was cool with Javon. Javon was cool with Leon. They said they both been watching each other matches, and Leon said he already know Javon is gonna come for that title that he got. In the middle of that, though, the Cullen walked up, and they was talking to them. I don't know what Cullen just getting in. He was pretty much Sean Spears was telling Javon Evans, man, don't talk to the enemy right now. We got this whole NXT versus TNA. You shouldn't even be talking to Leon Slater. And in the middle of the Cullen talking to him, to Javon Evans, Lyra Valkyria walked up. and she had a little gift for Tatum Paxley, man. What she had for Tatum Paxley?
A Lyra Valkyria doll.
As soon as she showed her that doll, Tatum Paxley immediately tossed the little Izzy Dane doll she had right behind her. Izzy caught it, and she showed all that love to that new doll that Lyra Valkyria got. It looked like they gonna be good friends. As soon as she gave her the doll though, Izzy Dane pulled her out of there like that's her slave or something like that. She can't talk to nobody. It's getting crazy, but. After that whole backstage segment, they finally had the match. Technically the first match of the night. Jada Parker versus Young Last Legend. And let me just tell you, man, this was a very, very good match. These two, they put on some good matches. I'm waiting for a part 3. Both of them was looking amazing. Last Legend and Jada Parker. If y'all don't know, Last Legend beat her down the last time, but after Last Legend beat Jada Parker attacked her, so it kind of felt like Lash had to get a little bit more get back. And yeah, they was going at it the whole entire time and looking good while they was doing it. Jada landed some big moves, Lash landed some big moves, and when the middle of Lash coming out, she ran straight toward Jada, attacked her, slammed her to the turnbuckle, and they was just going in real aggressive, going back and forth. And it was a really, really good match. Nobody got slammed to the table or nothing, and there was no slamming through the barricades or nothing. But it was kind of crazy how Last Legend ended up in the same spot Jade Cargill was just in with Nia Jax at the SmackDown. The same situation almost. I think Last Legend threw Jada Parker into the same stairs on that side of the ring, just like Nia Jax threw Jada. For a second, I thought Jada was gonna have a whole incident like Jade Cargill, but she didn't. Lash picked her back up, slammed her to the barricade. She didn't go through it or nothing. And she was just really aggressive with her the whole match. But Jada Parker, she really, really wanted to win. You already know Miss Parker. She just lost at No Mercy in the speed competition. Ain't no way Miss Parker losing back to back like that, so close together. So Miss Parker, she ended up doing her thing. And she got her move off of them. She got really both of them. Last what's that move when Jada jump up and drop the whole ass on their stomach on the turnbuckle?
The teardrop.
The teardrop. She hit Lash with that teardrop, but Lash jumped right back up, tried to put her in that Lash extension. Jada reversed, and she ended up catching up with the what's that Jada special?
Hypnotic.
The Hypnotic caught Lash and got that 1-2-3 win and was talking a lot of stuff after she won. Big shit going at Lash after she won. So yeah, Lash definitely lost that match. Jada Parker got the victory. What did you think of that match, man?
It was a great match. I wish Lash would have won though.
Yeah, me too. 100% facts. But now they 1-1. We might see a third time, or we might see Last Legend end up on a big brand. Now that Jay finna be out. Last Legend has replaced her for a match before. I think Last Legend ready to get on that big brand. But after that though, they was in a locker room, the NXT man locker room. You had the captain Ricky Saints back there, and you had Javon Evans back there. There was a whole bunch of other people. It was full of all the NXT superstars, including, just to name a few, like Josh Briggs was back there, Jasper Troy, Miles Bourne, Lexus. It was a bunch of people, damn near everybody. But Trick Williams walked up, and he claimed himself as being, he going to be the co-captain of the team. And they got to picking and picking and choosing and stuff. And what happened with that, man?
It kind of broke out into a backstage fight. They had chose Javon Evans on their team, and then they was arguing over that last member who would be. Trick Williams wanted Josh Briggs.
Yeah, Trick Williams wanted Josh Briggs. So they end up setting the match. What was the match they set up for that?
Josh Briggs versus Miles Bourne.
Yeah,
is a fourth member.
Yep, and they had that match later on. So they just pretty much getting ready, and they also showed TNA getting ready, like in a room. They didn't let their cameras in there. You kind of like seeing TNA getting ready through like the outside camera, like NXT was spying on them or something. But after that though, they had Ethan Page promo. And if you don't know, Ethan Page just beat Tavion Heights at No Mercy, and he retained the championship. He doing this thing. Ethan Page was talking big stuff, how he the best North American out there, how he doing this thing. Ain't nobody stop him. But who came out and interrupted Ethan Page, man?
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali came out of nowhere. Ain't nobody say. What would you telling me about? Who is he? What happened with him, man?
He recently got fired from WWE around the time they fired people like Shelton Benjamin and Dolph Ziggler. He was one of those people, and he went to TNA, and now here he is back in NXT.
Yeah, and that was like 2 years ago that happened. So yeah, he back. He had the bun on his head with a beard. You already know he had the combo, that Mike Santana combo, whatever. You know he gonna fight Ethan Page. I think they fight next week, at Showdown or Invasion, whatever y'all want to call it. But after that, we take you. It was the women's locker room. You know, pretty much my favorite part of the NXT backstage area. All of them was back there. A lot of baddies was back there. Everybody was back there, and you already know the captain, the one and only queen of the ring herself, JC Jane, was back there picking out her team.
Now she's your queen.
Picking out her teammates and stuff, and there was a lot of people back there. They had Ariana Grace back there. Kendall Gray was back there representing Evolve. Rand Sinclair was back there. Fallon Henley, Lola Vice. That grown ass woman back there was back there. What's her name? That grown ass woman?
Thea Hell.
Young Thea Hell was back there. Soul Ruka and Zara, you already know. But Langley Reed came up. Tyra Mace, everybody was back there except for Last Legend. Jada Parker wasn't back there either though. But in the middle of all of that, JC Jane let it know she gotta have Soul Ruka on her team. Soul Ruka is a double champion, so she already know. And the girls is kind of fighting it out. They set up some type of match later on. Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley. Whoever wins, they gonna be on the squad to represent NXT. Simple as that though. But after that though, they had a Hardy Boys promo. If you didn't know, Hardy Boys finna be in a double title match against Dark State next week at the Showdown, aka Invasion. It's finna go down. It's finna be crazy. Make sure y'all stay tuned. This is free for us right here. NXT, we ain't gotta pay $30 for this. This like a pay-per-view for us right here. So make sure y'all keep in tune with that. But definitely though, after that, they had Miles Bourne versus who?
Josh Briggs.
Against young Josh Briggs. You already know. He won against he just got lost against Javon Evans at No Mercy. He was another loser at No Mercy. And we're not gonna take too much time on this, man. Miles Bourne beat his ass. This is the second weirdo he done beat back to back. He just beat Lexus King. Now he just beat Josh Briggs. Who next? Miles Bourne did his thing, beat Josh Briggs' ass. You can expect to see him representing NXT. And after that, they had Kalani in the back talking to Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace really want to be on Kalani team, represent TNA. Kalani ain't really even with that like that. She don't know what to do. She's still trying to figure it out. They got the talking and stuff, and Jordan Grace said his name, man. What happened?
Joe Hendry got summoned. He was here.
Young Joe Hendry popped up out of nowhere. I don't know where he came out of this from. I don't know where he came up from. I think he came out the garbage can or something. I don't know. But he came up. He said he want to get picked. He's trying to see if he can get in there and represent TNA. But everybody unsure about Jordan Grace and TNA. But yeah, Mike Santana walked up and he pretty much started talking to Kalani Jordan and said he want to introduce her to all of the TNA people. So he pretty much walked off. And then after that, they take you into the next match of the night. We got Lola Vice versus young Fallon Henley. And she came out there with JC Jane. They was looking good, man. All of them. And you know, like I said, Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley. She had JC Jane on her side. And you know, Lola Vice already pissed off. We ain't gonna spend too much time on this one too. Lola, if I don't know, Lola Vice just lost to JC Jane, and she kind of got cheated out, so she pissed off. She came out there, she beat Fallon Henley ass easily, and she got that win, man. What you think about that Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley match?
It was a pretty good match. I did not expect much from Fallon. She lost. Yeah. Nobody cares. I
thought Fallon was finna go in and prove why she deserved a spot on that team, but no, Lola Vice beat that ass. Ain't no way Lola Vice and like Jada Parker was gonna lose back-to-back matches like that. You know how it go. But after that though, they had Dark State in the back getting ready. Well, not getting ready. It's like a promo. They was pretty much talking about how they finna destroy the Hardy Boys. But it's kind of, they was also kind of mentioning like they looking forward to actually go against and prove themselves or go against such a classic team. But at the same time, they ready to beat them down. Who the Dark State consist of again?
Saquon Sugars, Osiris Griffin, Deion Lennox, and Cutler James.
Yeah, y'all already know. These four young cats right here, they've been on a tear. Tag team champions. They've been beating up everybody, show to show, doing their thing. Who you got winning that match? Dark State or the Hardy Boys?
Dark State.
So you got Dark State beating the legendary Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff?
I don't care. They're TNA. Get out of here. I want Dark State to win.
Oh my God. But after that though, they had JC Jane in the back. You know, young JC Jane doing her thing, chilling in the back. You know, she the captain, she the champion. You know, JC Jane, she stayed with a belt. It's been a JC Jane summer. It's finna be a JC Jane fall, and it might be a JC Jane winner. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. But she was, Fallon Henley was pretty much apologizing to JC Jane, and JC Jane said, "No, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm sorry for even putting you in that situation." JC Jane seemed like she act like she cared about Fallon, but they was talking. And who walked up to them in the back?
Laney Reed.
Laney Reed. And this is where you find out that it was true. The rumors was true, y'all. Laney Reed is the one who attacked Lola Vice and cost her that NXT title championship. What you think about that? Now it's official.
That is so disappointing. Laney Reed, how could you?
That's still your girl? I know you like Laney Reed, man.
I mean, okay.
Who better? Lola, who you like better? Lola Vice and Laney Reed?
Lola.
Okay. So Laney Reed, you already know. She let them know, and it's looking like, and Laney Reed dissed Jasmine Nix. Y'all don't know Jasmine Nix just got released last week after NXT last week, and Laney Reed looking like she want to be that third member of Fatal Influence, which is crazy because when Laney Reed first got here, she was dissing JC Jane hard, tried to take the belt from her, and even said she was the most beatable champion. So you already know that's crazy though. But after that though, they had Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus the Cullen. And man, let me tell you, Javon Evans, you already know, man, when we talk about Javon Evans, the young OG, you know, he gets super high.
That boy's bouncy.
That boy's all the way bouncy. And by the way, Trick Williams, he also said, and earlier tonight when they was in the locker room getting ready and stuff, Trick Williams said, I already know Javon Evans going to be on the team. He going to be over in TNA bouncing all over them boys. And it was kind of like a little weird moment there, but Javon Evans, Leon Slater. Leon Slater is just like another Javon Evans, man. Two YNs doing their thing. He got that X Division title. What is it?
Yeah, it's the TNA X Division.
The X Division title. Leon Slater. He doing his thing out there. He living in the moment. Him and Javon Evans. They just having fun. Two young cats in the game on the up and coming. They basically rich. Both of them. They in shape. I know both of them probably got all kind of women in the locker rooms. They doing their thing. They just living life, man. Being WWE wrestlers, they just happy. And you seen them, man. Both of them like high flyers doing all these incredible moves. The Cullen couldn't keep up. Y'all already know. Even though Nico Vance and Sean Spears, they some good wrestlers. It's just they kind of they looking like trash right now. They've been losing some big matches. They've been losing all kind of matches, man. They been getting beat down, but long story short, though, y'all already know Javon Evans is on another level, and Leon Slater is on another level. The Cullen couldn't keep up with them at all. So Javon Evans and Leon Slater, they got that victory easily. But yeah, that was a great match. It's always good to see the two young OGs like that doing their thing. But after that, it was like really that was like the main event of the match, the Javon Evans Leon Slater match versus the Cullen, because they ended it off with the Summit, the TNA Summit, the NXT Summit, both of them, and pretty much they had all the captains out there, and you was finna find out everything that you needed to know about who's gonna be the team leaders, captains, or who they gonna pick or whatever. They had Ava out there. They had the Ariana Grace Daddy, you already know, and they had everybody out there, you know. But before that though, that happened. They had a huge brawl. Right after this match, they showed NXT. They walked up to the NXT building like 30 deep. They had a cyber truck out there. I'm not lying. This sounds like crazy. They had a cyber truck out there on them rims, clean, a fresh cyber truck. It was nice, true. And TNA pulled up on NXT. NXT met them out in the parking lot, and they was arguing, going back and forth, the man, the women. It was wild. And then they all made their way in the building, and this was going on while the commercial was rolling. It was it was crazy. It was wild. It was one of my favorite scenes they had in a long time on TNA. I mean on NXT, and to see all them NXT and TNA superstars when they all made themselves. Everybody got to the ring. Everybody. I'm talking about everybody. When everybody got to the ring, they was kind of having little mini brawls out there, but everything got situated. Then that's when they officially started the summit. And once they officially started the summit and got the summit going, that's when you found out who people was picking and who they was going with. And Ricky Saints, he kind of set Trick straight about being the co-captain. There ain't none of that going on. But the main teams that NXT chose for the man was, we got Ricky Saints and Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and who was the other person?
Miles Bourne.
And Miles Bourne. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty good team. And TNA, Mike Santana, he chose some dude named Frankie. What's his last name?
No, he's just Frankie.
Just Frankie. And of course Moose. Young Moose. And Leon Slater. That's a pretty good team right there. That matches up very well against that NXT team. These two men's teams match up real good. And by the way, no Obafemi tonight. Not nowhere to be seen. Did you see Obafemi tonight anywhere?
No.
I think it's official. When Sami Zayn do that open challenge for the USA Championship this SmackDown, I think Obafemi finna come out, be a part of that new brand, beat Sami Zayn's ass, and get that belt. That's what I'm thinking going on. But that's an even team right there. NXT men's team, TNA team, Javon Evans, Miles Bourne, Trick Williams, Ricky Saints versus Mike Santana, Frankie, Moose, and Leon Slater. That's an even team. But I can't say the same for the women's team coming up, because JC Jane, she chose Soul Ruka, the double champ. And JC Jane bigged up Soul Ruka. You could tell JC Jane got hella respect for Soul Ruka. She bigged her up like she the only double champion. She got the most deadliest move in the wrestling. She bigged up Soul Ruka, like hyped her up. And she kind of hyped up Miss Parker and Lola Vice. Like JC Jane was doing her thing tonight, looking like a real true NXT women's champion doing her thing. But that's the women's NXT team right there. JC Jane, Soul Ruka, Miss Parker, and Lola Vice. And Kalani, I don't know how the hell Kalani is represented for TNA. I don't know. What you think about that, by the way?
Kalani, you filthy traitor.
Oh, hell no, man. You can't talk about Kalani like that. We're going to have to fight, man. You can't talk about Kalani like that. But anyway, Kalani, she chose these two women, the inspiration. I think they was in Ash by Elegance. And they was in the Elegance brand, and Ash by Elegance, she just left. Dana Brooke, she gone. So they the two women left. So Kalani picked the inspiration. And who was the last member that Kalani added to this TNA women's team, man?
The last member was Mara Sade.
And that's exactly how Kalani said it. It was Mara Sade. And the weird thing about this, it was no last. They had everybody in the NXT locker room out. The whole TNA was there. The last legend was not out there, but we got Mara Sade is on the team. So this is weird right here. What you think about these teams and how they match up and the people they chose? Anybody missing? Anybody shouldn't be on these teams? Anybody should? Talk to me, man.
Miles Bourne should not be on Ricky Saints' team. It should be Jasper Troy.
And Jasper Troy definitely wanted to be on that squad. Y'all saying he was in the back. If you was watching it, he was in the locker room. He stepped up like he ready to go, but he didn't get chose. The young buck didn't get chose. What you think about the man's TNA team that Mike Santana chose?
I don't care.
Moose, Leon, Frankie.
Frankie who?
I don't know. He had a belt. What you think about the women's NXT team that JC Jane picked? You think JC Jane picked a good squad? What you think was going on
It
with that?
should have been Lash instead of Jada, even though Lash lost. Like Jada, she just, I don't want to say weak, but you know,
What you think about the team Kalani picked?
it's the worst team by far. Kalani, not only are you a traitor, but might be a little dumb.
I don't know about this thing. I can't see the inspiration doing nothing with fucking Lola Rice. Soul Ruka? I mean, I guess they could fight JC Jane, but JC Jane is a and if y'all, I love me some Mara Sade, but if y'all don't know, when she was just with Jakara Jackson, she was damn near a certified jobber, man. Last Legend lost a lot of matches because of her. The Metaphor lost a lot of matches because of her. She was not good she's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. But she's a great wrestler. It's just that she can't win, man. But maybe this Mara Sade can do her thing. But once they got all of that going, I don't know who punched who first to get all that brawling started.
Mike Santana punched Trick.
He punched Trick this time. You know, if y'all don't know, Trick slapped the bun out his head last time. So Mike Santana punched him first. He got a little baby oil on his knuckles from that punch. But he still landed the punch. Stopped brawling. And then Shawn Michaels came out, and he just kind of just looked around everybody, and like, look at my children just fighting. He just kind of got that look. The crowd started chanting HBK, and literally Shawn Michaels just came out, just stood, and just looked back and forth at everybody fighting, and then he just left. And you know that ended the NXT TNA episode that they had, man. What did you think about this September 30th NXT episode, man?
It was a great episode, but these TNA outsiders need to back off.
You already know they in the building 100%. Make sure y'all tune in next week. It's finna get crazy, man. I ain't seen nothing like this in a long time. Booker T, he's super excited. If y'all don't know, he was a part of the first invasion. So things is getting crazy. Make sure y'all tune in and keep everything going, cause it's going down. But keep in mind, we got Halloween Havoc coming up next month, pretty much in 3 weeks on the 25th. Halloween Havoc is finna get crazy. We got Crown Jewel coming up. Y'all might have to pay $30 for that. For the rest of because you know it's on ESPN. But for all my NXT people, you already know we getting it still on Peacock, doing our thing, catching these PLEs on Peacock. $30 for a PLE is insane, man. It's crazy. But yeah, this was a great episode.